Hey, Facebook, how are you? Just going on Instagram. It is almost, or just turned 1 a.m. here in Bali, but I did not go on today for my live as I committed to my 21 days going live. Hey, Instagram. So just going live. I'll put this, I don't know how I like this. Hey, Kathy, how are you? I've committed to going live for 21 days, and I didn't do it earlier today because I was really deep in a ceremony all day today with energy healing, which was super extraordinary. So if you guys pop on, just say hello. The next 21 days, what I really want to come on and talk about at a deep level. Hey guys, I'll introduce myself actually just in case this video gets shared to anyone. Hey Dan, how are you? So happy that you joined. Sweet, I'm great. Today would be day 3 of the 21 days that I'm going to be coming live on here. I'm just going to be, hey D'Angelo, how are you? I'm in Bali right now. It is 1 a.m. But I have committed to coming on for 21 days straight. And I really wanted to share more about oneness, just more about equality, just about unity, synchronicity. I feel there's a really big topic going on right now between the feminine and masculine energy. Hey Nadine, how are you? And I really just wanted to come on. Hey guys on Instagram, how are you doing? I really just wanted to come on and share. I was in a very big ceremony all day today in Bali with a energy healer. It was really extraordinary. I know a couple days ago I came on and shared a lot about victim mentality, especially what's going on in America. I feel there's a lot of things I've been reading as well, just what's going on with the world, especially they say it's like the 5 union in the government. So that would be Australia, New Zealand, America, United Kingdom, and there's another one that I missed, and Canada. And so there's a lot going on in the world, and I really believe a lot is shifting right now. And I'm not saying that in a way like, ooh, woo-woo, like whatever. Like, I really believe there was a lot that was happening in the beginning of the year, especially in America with gun violence, especially with men that were being portrayed as bad for sexual assault or sexual abuse, when a lot of times maybe there wasn't necessarily a known reason for it. And I really feel these are topics that should be talked about. I feel that they're topics that are needed to be talked about. I feel the world, in order to be healed, in order to expand the light, and oh my God, look at the light is so crazy. I love this. In order to really heal what's going on in the planet, these are topics that need to be talked about with unity. And hey, yo, how are you? Sorry, Facebook on Instagram on Facebook. So if I'm going between the two, that's why. But anyway, I was in a really deep ceremony today with this energy work, and it became really clear like how much we are one. And Sharon, how are you? Sharon, I love. And I feel that a big topic that is talked about all over the world right now is like men and women and like female, male, like men are super bad and not understanding women, and women are like, we're super with each other and we're like rising together and we're having all these great, amazing women events, which is so extraordinary. Like, so behind that, I have predominantly worked in male industries. I've been in business, so very action focused, very goal orientated, not at all leading with my heart, not at all leading with feelings, much more like these are numbers, let's do this. I've had a massive shift the past 6 months really of like starting to go, well, 2 months really, to go more with my heart and like doing what feels good. But I feel a very much needed conversation that needs to be had right now is about like the male and female, masculine, feminine, and the shift that's taking on to raise the vibration, not just for ourselves, but raise the vibration for humanity, raise the vibration in the world of what is going on with this. I'll just wave. Hey guys, how are you? So I wanted to come on and just share a few things today when I was in the ceremony of kind of what I was feeling into. I feel that a lot of people are, I feel like the term female, male actually should be dead. Like I feel like these terminologies should be dead. Like I feel like if you actually own a business or own an organization or even if any dating, like these should be dead. It should be masculine and feminine energy. It's from a much more place of equality. It's from a much more place of oneness. And if some of you like have no idea what I'm talking about between masculine and feminine, a really good exercise I would say just to start this out would be to write out, like, when you hear the word masculine energy, what do you think of? Like, what comes to your mind? Does what comes to your mind is like, does it come like forceful? Does it come towards protective? Like, these are just some words to get you activated and thinking in that way. What comes to mind when you're feeling into feminine energy? Like flow, very free, like la la, maybe like artistic. Like, what are the things? And that's a good way to start thinking. And then once you start looking in that way, don't start looking at woman or feminine and men or masculine. Start looking with yourself of where do you show up masculine? Where do you show up in feminine? So a great example I would have is I showed up majority of my life in masculine. I always had all these goals and like, this is what I need to achieve, and very ambitious and all these things that you need to do, like very masculine driven. Well, I feel that once you drop into a place of feminine and you can like release the outcome to everything that's happened in your life, that's when greater results will show up in your life. That's when greater results in my life have showed up. That's when I feel like you're able to achieve things at a greater realm. But I feel this is a very needed conversation because I feel like every time I'm going places, a lot of people are like, oh, women suck or men suck. And I've gotten so many messages on here like, oh, my partner broke up with me, or like men are the worst, or women. Like, really, it should be like masculine, feminine. And whatever you're saying is really bad. Whatever you're saying is really bad is something you're only seeing in yourself. So example, if you're saying, oh, like men suck or whatever, like all you're saying is the masculinity that you carry within you isn't present. So you're seeking that externally from someone else to have validation of who you are. And I'm not saying this is a negative thing. It happens all the time and we're always shifting this. But today, snitch. I don't know what that means, snitch. Let me know what that means. But I feel like that's one thing that is really like something we should look for in a greater way is like, where am I acting in masculine versus feminine? And if people are even saying like, oh, that, okay, hey, you're not very nice, whoever this is, so I think we need to like get you off of here. I don't even know. Report. Sorry, I need to report. This guy is like not talking very nicely on Instagram. This comment is spam. This comment shouldn't be on Instagram. This comment puts people at risk. Yeah. There we go. All right. So, and how can we block you? 1 second. Hide live video. There we go. Okay, perfect. You're off. Awesome. Okay, sorry. There are some people not saying nice things. But anyway, there's also, I feel like a lot of men maybe, or there's a lot of women also maybe that will say negative things about the feminine, or even like I feel like some woman who will be like, oh, but if I like go to corporate, I'm going to have to work so hard, or all these things, like I don't want to work hard. And I feel like women have this really idea in their mind about what working hard is. And I feel like men have this idea about like that being too relaxed or being too in flow. And they put that stigma as like a man or a woman, when in reality it's just masculinity and feminine. Like those are just two things that we all carry within us. It's equality. It's something that we each were born with naturally. And I feel that the world has separated us. So when you think about clothing, when you think about paper, when you think about doctors, like all these things, like someone has monetized on that. Like someone has made a money, someone has made power, someone has made a name for themselves by being able to create a disconnect between us, by saying like, well, that's a man or that's a woman, so like they can't be together. Like if we were just saying, oh, that's just the masculine showing very greatly right now, or that's just in the divine feminine flow, you wouldn't have such a someone monetizing off of that, because really we're all one and we both carry both of those things within us. So I feel like that was something I really wanted to share. And in this ceremony that I was in today, I was like able to reconnect like back to the very first, hey, I think someone just joined, back to the very first lineage that I was part of, or my soul was part of on this earth. And I did a bunch of research on it, and it's really interesting, like a lot of the technology that was really advanced and really far feel like I'm going to lean back. I don't know if I can do this. But anyway, I feel like this is really something that we know. Like, we all know that we're one. We all, like, embody it. That's why there's, like, unionship, and that's why there's marriage. It's between any but really masculine and feminine energy to balance it all the time in divine unionship. Hi, how are you? I think it's text, Tacey. Just talking about feminine versus masculine. And a great way to start, I think, well, I'm going to do this in steps. First way to start is write out masculine and feminine. Second way to start is start noticing where you are acting from. Third one is start noticing how you embody both. So without your daily life, how you embody both the masculine and feminine naturally as your natural state of being, and where maybe the world has tried to divide you from that. And I feel those are really 3 good things to start looking at. I feel like a fourth thing to really look at. Hey, Gretchen, how are you? How was your bar exam? I think you finished it. Fourth thing to look at with masculine versus feminine energy and just embodying oneness, or embodying oneness and divine synchronicity and just unity, is really look at where you may be causing separation from yourself in the world. Like, where are you trying to recreate a place that is different in the world? Like, where are you trying to remove, like, oh, that's not me, I don't act that way, like, that's how men are, that's not how I am. Like, when you do that, you're removing yourself and creating a separation, not just within the humanity with another person, but you're actually doing it within your own self, like within your own body, because you actually hold the masculine and feminine energy. So if you're so strict on saying, like, no, like, I can't do this with women or men, like, you are actually just suppressing the masculine or feminine that exists in you. Hey, Alice, so good to have you. Oh my God. Hey, taking a study break. Awesome. Well, we're just talking about the masculine versus feminine energies. Happy you took a study break for that. So I would say, like, one thing I've heard a lot of people, and like, I get a lot of messages on here, like, oh, Colleen, like, blah, 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 this happened with a friend, this happened in my relationship, and I'm so upset about this. And I feel like when we start, like I said, really look at where you're blaming other people based on gender or based on race for something that you're separating within yourself. Because if you're looking at somebody else with gender or race and separating yourself from them, you're just suppressing something in yourself you don't want to look at. And you can do that, that's fine, that's great, but really you are just not allowing your truth to come to surface. You're suppressing something to remain like a victim in reality. And I know this may be a harsh for some of you to understand or relate to. Oh my God, I'm so happy you guys are loving this on Instagram. This may be hard for you to relate to or totally understand. An example I can give with this is that I know that when I was diagnosed with cancer, and then I would kind of date not maybe so great people because I didn't think I was worthy of a great relationship, I would be like, oh, men suck, or men all these things. But really, I was like so in my masculine, like I wasn't even allowing my feminine to be there. I was saying that my masculine was so intense and so angry and so like at a different level that it wasn't allowing me to release my feminine. It wasn't allowing me to understand why I couldn't have the divine union in myself. But I was looking outwardly to place the blame on the masculine, like masculinity outside. And if you look in history, actually, it's really interesting. If you go back and look in history, so the fourth step, I would say, first step, write out masculine, feminine, what that means to you. First step is look at where you can embody that more. I think the third step I forgot, but fourth, you can watch it in here. Fourth step would be start to look at and notice. I think the third and fourth are kind of combined. Look at where you start to notice yourself putting the blame outside of yourself between men and women. When you start using different languages, like you don't even use man and woman, like it should be like masculine, feminine. Like, oh, my partner's acting very feminine today, or oh, my partner's acting very masculine today. Because that's from a place of more union of like, oh no, he's just being a guy. Oh no, he's just doing this, or she's just being a girl, and like dilly-dallying around. Like that is causing separation within yourself. It's causing separation in the world, and it is not helping humanity move forward. It's not lifting vibration. It's actually lowering vibrations because everything we speak has a frequency. So when you actually talk, when it's in male versus female, you're actually allowing a frequency to be exchanged in the world that's causing a separation, which is what leaders have wanted. And looking back in time, men were actually abused by women. So what's going on right now is a long lineage of souls of men rising up to feel like this rekindling of what women did to them before in the past. So really just start to notice where your language is, when you start to use things that are outside you, how often maybe you're using separating languages instead of from unity and oneness. Let me check on Instagram because I know there's so much. So amazing that you're on here. Marco, so great. So judgment and rejection create blockage to flow and joy. Yes, exactly. You're getting it. I'm so happy you're on here. Is it Tulika? Tulika. Yes, so exactly. So when you are placing judgment on someone, and I'm just talking about masculine and feminine here. I could have gotten broader, but since that was my topic the past 2 days, when you place judgment on someone because of their race or gender or where they're from, whatever it is, when you're placing that judgment, you are then creating a rejection within yourself or a blockage in yourself to look outside and place blame on the external world for your own reality. So we are in charge of our own reality. We are so in charge of our, hey guys, yeah, we are so in charge of our own reality. And it's our responsibility to embody oneness as much as we can within our life. It's our responsibility to go deeper within our own selves, to act from our place of truth, act from our soul, act from our heart. Like we have one heart, we have two eyes, we have like two sides of the brains, but there's like one heart, right? Like we are like made to act in one. Like we really are. Like whether you believe in a higher being or not, like it was like one, but like anyway, it was divine partnership should be between two people, but it's masculine and feminine. It really doesn't matter what the relationship is between. But again, people wanted to cause separation. They wanted to cause wars off of this and power and different things. But the more that you look outside of yourself and the more that you place this blame on other people that isn't within you, that is when you're just recreating your reality of rejection. You're recreating your reality of feeling depressed maybe, or feelings of anxiety, or feelings of powerless, or feelings of not understanding, is because you're looking to something else instead of within to embody the oneness that you deeply desire to have. So, okay, I think that was the first step. Okay, so oneness and unity and synchronicity. To start this process, there's four parts to this. First part would be writing out masculine and feminine. See what your feelings are and what comes up for you when you just write down what to your mind comes to masculine and what to your mind comes to feminine. Second part, this is the second part. Start seeing where you're acting throughout the day. Are you acting more in the masculine? Or are you acting more in the feminine? What, like throughout the day, check yourself. That would be that one. Third one would be, where are you seeing yourself notice and put expectations on other people because of male versus female, or between the two? Like, where do you see yourself putting a difference? Because that is just allowing you to block something, to not look within, to heal something. Those would be, I guess those are the three. And then the last one, yeah, it would be what promotion? I don't know what you mean, what promotion. But anyway, the last one that would be is, where can you start making a difference within your life, within humanity? So like I said, start noticing what language you use. Could you be using different language to not cause separation? Another example of language, by female, male, would be like asking, this is a video I saw today. A lot of times in business, men will ask other men, what is your opinion? But they'll ask women, how are you feeling? In general, we should always be asking how we're feeling instead of what we're thinking, because our heart always knows. But a lot of times also they'll ask men for opinions and women for feedback. So start to notice in your business, in your life, where are there things that are going on that these are types of languages that could be shifted in a way that's better for yourself, better for humanity. Because when you start showing up in this way and doing this in your life, people around you are going to be impacted and start to notice that you're moving in a different way, you're talking in a different way, and it feels from a better place. Like if you actually feel like, oh, men, or oh, masculinity, like there actually feels better to say masculinity. Like maybe just even say it in practice, or like feminine, I don't know how to say that, feminine. Like I need to see how to say that in the right one, but like see which feels better. Like that feels much better than being like females or girls, boys, like masculine, feminine, like it feels much better. It just feels more combined. It feels more united. It feels like more in sync. And you always want to be coming from that place of flow. So it's 1:20 a.m. here, and I just wanted to come on and share, but I'll also just share a quick story. So I went and got a card reading today, and it was really spiritual. It was really good. And then after, we had a deep ceremony. And from that, like, again, like, this is not something that probably I was always into. Like, a bit of it was probably a bit woo-woo for me for a while. Hey, Eddie, how are you? I've not talked to you in so long. So good that you could join. Yeah, I feel that a thing with this. So I used to be super like, oh my gosh, that's way too woo-woo. Like, that's for the crazy people. Again, like, I was causing a separation in myself, like causing like a separation in myself with other people. I was like, I couldn't be doing a card reading in Bali. This is crazy. But anyway, went on for like an hour and a half. And then after that, we did another like 2-hour ceremony. And this, I was like really open, and I was able to see like new, or connect with new frequencies, connect to like a higher light being. I was able to see like where I came, like my soul was first originated on here, and like the leader of that place, like what she looked like. I was able to get her name and all of these things without even going into anything. That was all completely, no medicine was involved, just healing. And I feel that it was a really good way to, hey, how are you, Gordon? I feel that this is a really good way to, like, I just want to share, like, I would have never done that probably a year ago or 2 years ago, because I was like, oh no, like, that's for crazy people. Like, crazy people only do that. But again, like, I was causing a separation for myself because I wanted to not be open to new experiences, or I didn't want to be open to possibilities. But I feel when you really start to come from this place of just saying yes to what feels good, instead of many men who are in business of like, let's overanalyze the fuck out of this and let's decide like what is gonna like make the best result or do this, and like, why isn't this happening in this way? Like, yeah, because it's like you're just recreating over and over. And I mostly acted that way most of my life, but a lot of my results were just recreated negatively, which never really caused true happiness and like divine union within myself and divine truth. So just something to feel out. And I just want to share that story with you guys. And you might be like, okay, Colleen, I'm not going to like go to a ceremony, or I'm not going to like go to a psychic. That's way too much or too crazy. Fine. Like, that's where you're at. That's at your highest self right now. Like, you're always acting from the highest self that you have available. So right now you may not be available for that, and that's fine. And that's okay. Like, that may not be something you ever desire to do. But I really feel that whether you're in business, whether you're a mom, you're a dad, whatever it is, like, you really have a choice to be able to act from your highest in a way that feels good, in a way that allows humanity to be better, and in a way that allows you to show up in a better way. And you can always do things that make you feel good instead of thinking this is what I should be doing. Like, come from what feels good and review back the masculine and feminine. Like, are you acting in one place more than the other? And like, is one making you less happy than the other? And I feel like this is such a topic I wanted to talk about because of everything that's going on in the world. And I feel like men don't understand why women are like having these women events. Women are understanding men, but we need to understand like we're all one. Like, it's just one being. We're masculine and feminine energy. And right now, with women, we're really like coming together, and we like want to support each other, and not just like under the home. We want to like do this in a great public way that men have been doing. And we want to do this in a different way. And I feel this is really great and really important. But I also feel that men should be maybe understanding and linking the masculine and feminine they maybe have within to include this into 3D gender realities between what is going on in the world and with humanity at this way, coming from togetherness instead of from separation. So if you watch this and you have any questions, let me know. Love to answer. If any of this doesn't make sense, I want to help you guys, because I know me really moving into this with more flow and me really looking at this within myself has changed my life. It's produced massive results in every area of my life. And I know it can do the same for you if you so choose to get involved. So sending you lots of love, gave you the 4 tasks, and talk soon.